that was going to be continued?
Yes.
Then that
Okay. Jonathan and Samantha were at the library. They understood that every book showed a different aspect of their lives. The dates written on the book were the time when the event happened. Somewhere in the future, somewhere in the past. And the letters on the book meant the timeline. For example, if Jonathan was about to step out of his home and forgot to brush his teeth, there was one timeline. But if he did brush his teeth, then it took a little longer to step out of his apartment. And there was another timeline. Slight things and minor things like that seem to make small changes. When Jonathan and Samantha grabbed two books from the different, from the same date, but from different timelines, sometimes small choices like that made tiny changes. But very rarely, small changes like that could make a huge difference. However, for the most part, it wasn't small changes, it was conscious things that they would do in their future or that they did in their past, according to the books, that made the most significant changes. They were astonished. How is it possible that a library existed that could contain books with its present and past and with different alternative lives? Um, let's pick up one book in the future, said Samantha, and find out what happened to us. Oh, yeah, great idea. Let's do that. And so they moved and moved to the section of the library that was 10 years in the future. And they grabbed the book. They opened it up together and started reading. It was difficult finding food. The situation had gotten more and more complicated, read the book. The little food that there was left commanded such significant prices that we couldn't afford it. And if we did, we would have to stop paying for our house and we would have little food but no home. So we were at a loss. Oh, wait. We are still together in this reality, said Samantha, as they kept reading, right? I don't know, said Jonathan. Let's keep reading. Jonathan was still looking for a job to get more money in order to be able to afford some of that food. They would meet later at home and discuss this. Yes, the book says that we're living together. Well, that's a good thing, right? Said Jonathan. No, don't you see what's going on in 10 years? The food's not going to be available. We're going to be hungry. We have to do something about that. Wait, I know. We could start stocking up on food right now. Getting as much as we can. That way we won't be hungry. That's a great idea. Let's find out what else happens in the future. Said the librarian. I think you guys have seen enough. It's time for you to go back home. What do you mean go back home? We have so much to learn about our future. I know, but the more you learn about your future, the more you're going to make changes that are because of your consequences. You need to make your changes because you think it's best, not because you know that there's a problem in the future, but because your heart tells you that this is the way to go. I don't get it, said Samantha. Well, it's simple. If you know that something's going to go bad, you're never going to do it. But sometimes you need the experience of something going bad in order to learn your lesson. Or sometimes you need to teach yourself about these things before something goes bad. That way, when it happens, you're prepared, but you still learned your lesson. However, if you just grab a book about your future and you see what's going on, the only reason you're acting is because you saw it in a book. I see, said Jonathan, but I still want to learn. What else can we do to improve ourselves? It's not about a book, said the librarian. What you can do to improve yourselves is always be connected with your heart and always follow intuition and always work hard. But most important of all, always, always be thankful and happy for where you are and work hard. That sounds easier said than done, said Samantha. Well, that's as much as I can give you for now, kids. Yes, you will be together in 10 years, and life is going to be a great adventure. But we will meet again, I promise. But for now, you guys have to go back to your dimension. Are you ready? I guess, said Jonathan. Follow me. They stepped out. The old lady was still waiting for them and said, What did you see down there? Well, we're still not sure, said Samantha, but I'm happy. I know that we are going to stick together at least for another 10 years. Oh, said the old lady with a look in her face like she knew that they had discovered the library of time. So, I guess it's time to go back to our dimension. Your dimension? Said the old lady. You already are in your dimension. The second you remembered your dimension, you are in it. What? Said Jonathan. And suddenly, a thunder hit, and they realized they had been sleeping. They woke up. It was early in the morning. Wow, that was a weird dream, said Jonathan to Samantha. What do you mean a weird dream, said Samantha. Yes, I dreamed about a library and... Wait a second, I dreamed about a library too, said Samantha. You mean it was not a dream? Did you see the old lady, said Samantha. Yes, said Jonathan. Do you remember about the book with our futures in it? Yes. I guess it was not a dream then. All right, let's get back home and start getting food and getting ready to be together. The story continues.